This is Dr. Marcia, and I am live here in the Beyond the Stage studio here at the Leadership Experience Tour. And I have the amazing speaker, Dr. Janet Lockhart Jones, in the studio. How are
Yes,
you?
I am fabulous. I just got off the stage. I'm
Yes.
hyped. I'm
Yes.
energized.
Yes.
The stage was home to me, and I'm just super, super excited.
I am glad I can feel and hear the energy
Yes,
that was
yes.
electric. And it sounds like you did your thing. Is that what
I
happened?
I did. I up until the moment I got on the stage, I was like, okay, Janet, maybe you should change your opening. Maybe you should change. I do that all the time, right? But then if something else just takes over, and then
Mm-hmm.
I say what's on my heart, and it typically works. I mean, it always works.
Mm-hmm.
The audience is engaged and lively, and I love making them laugh, and
Uh-huh.
it was just amazing.
Good. It sounds like you did the three E's that Sean Fair talks
Yes,
about. You
I
you
did.
did.
I did Sean's three E's: engage, entertain, and I always forget the third one. Engage, entertain,
Educate.
educate. Yes, yes. I
Mm-hmm.
did all three. I talked about mental health.
Uh-huh.
I talked about my personal challenge with mental unwellness
Mm-hmm.
and how I got over, or how I transformed, as Marcus said, to becoming mentally wealthy. And
Oh, I
that's,
love
yeah,
that.
right.
Mentally wealthy.
Right. People, you hear a lot about financial wealth and
Yes.
financial literacy, but when
Yes.
it comes to mental health, you never hear the term mentally wealthy,
Wealthy. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what I was sharing with the
That's
audience out
good.
there,
That's good.
because I've done a lot of leadership development training for companies, Fortune 500, Fortune
Mm-hmm.
1000. And I've traveled all over the world helping leaders to elevate themselves to the next level. I'm also a certified ICF executive coach,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, because I have this passion for mental wellness
Mm-hmm.
and trying to become mentally wealthy, I'm bridging the two to the mentally wealthy leader. There you
Yeah.
go.
Let's go.
Because
Yeah.
people in organizations, they don't want to work for unhinged leaders, right?
Yeah.
But some of them get so immersed in the job,
Mm-hmm.
and to the point of not taking care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then their mindset or their mental state is altered, then their body, is altered. They're not at their best self, but yet they show up for work every day, and their employees have to
Mm-hmm.
deal with that.
Yeah.
So the mentally wealthy leader is all about being psychologically strong,
Mm-hmm.
being mentally strong, being physically strong, and emotionally strong.
I love that. Drop the mic. Drop the
Drop them.
mic. Now, the thing that I've received multiple things, but the thing that I'm going to speak on is that you talked about being mentally wealthy.
Hmm.
You think of being mentally healthy is the baseline.
Yeah,
So what you're saying is to raise the bar and
absolutely.
go for everyone wants to be a millionaire or a
Right.
billionaire. What if we're a millionaire or billionaire in our mental health?
That's a great question. So think about it this way. When I was at rock bottom, what helped me out of that was medication,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I had to get back to a
Baseline.
baseline of just being able
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
sleep,
Yeah.
just being able
Mm-hmm.
to enjoy certain little things
Mm-hmm.
in life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we talk about becoming mentally wealthy, then I had to understand where I was emotionally
Mm-hmm.
and how I actually dealt with the emotional side of mental unwellness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to deal with the physical
Mm-hmm.
component, because when you are mentally unwell, you're not physically well either,
Correct.
because your body goes. For example, I was running back and forth to my gastroenterologist
Mm-hmm.
thinking that, oh, what's
Something.
going on with
Mm.
my system? And she
Right.
kept saying,
It's
Janet, I
good.
think it's anxiety. And I was
It's
like,
like,
no, it's
no, it
not.
can't be.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not anxiety. It's not. No, no. She said, Janet, it's anxiety. And I'm like,
Oh.
no, no, it can't be. You know? And so that's what I mean by, and you're spot on with reaching a baseline. It's getting back to where you can
Mm-hmm.
sleep, where you can eat, where
Mm-hmm.
you're not losing your mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where the negative thoughts
Mm-hmm.
stop,
Mm-hmm.
where the self harm thoughts stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then after you get to that baseline, now it's working on your emotional state. What brings you joy? What makes you happy?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then making sure that you're also working at the same time on your physical
Mm-hmm.
state. When one is mentally unwell, sometimes they overeat or they don't eat,
Right.
and neither
Neither one
way
is
is
good.
good at all. So that's what I mean by being mentally wealthy. You know, you're checking off all the boxes. You're beyond the baseline. You're
Yeah.
working on your emotional happiness, your
Yeah.
physical happiness,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your social happiness. Now you're able to go back out there and talk to people and connect with people, not feeling like you know you're going to have a heart attack in the next moment.
Absolutely. Wow. So you mentioned that you're an executive coach,
Yes.
and tell us what else that you're doing to help others to get from where they are to where they want to be.
Yeah. So when I coach leaders and executives, um, typically they would come to me with something like, "Well, Janet, you know, I have difficulty in uh, 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 having uh, difficult conversations
Mm-hmm.
with my employees or firing
Mm-hmm.
an employee."
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is often rooted in something that occurred in their upbringing.
Yeah.
Now, I will say to your listeners, I am not a psychologist or a
Mm-hmm.
psychiatrist,
Mm-hmm.
but I can listen and understand people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the things that we say in coaching is the thing is not the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when people tell me A, you know, there's something deeper than just A. And it's my
Mm-hmm.
job as a coach
To
to
find it out.
through
Mm-hmm.
questioning,
Mm-hmm.
not telling, but through questioning to really uncover what the root of their issues are. So that's one of the things that I do during through coaching is to help people really uncover what that thing is that's keeping them not becoming the best version of themselves. I had another example was a gentleman who was vice president, and the company sort of made a decision that he was going to be laid off, but they gave him 6 months, right? So he connected with me as his coach. Now this gentleman was in New Zealand. So I'm proud to say that I can coach people anywhere around the world,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we connect on a digital platform. And what he wanted to do was become the best version of himself. He took his the notice of being laid off as an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to become part of venture capitalist startups,
Mm-hmm.
and yet he also wanted to continue to take care of his family. So I coached him through for 6 months through this process from the time that he got notice until the time that he was actually laid off. And he wrote me the most beautiful, beautiful letter recommendation from the beach in New Zealand.
Oh wow,
He was
that's pretty
taking his
cool.
family on an
Yeah,
RV, and
very
so he took
nice.
pictures and
Uh-huh.
he said, "Dr. Janet, I could not have done this without
Without
you.
you, love it.
You keeping me focused
Yeah,
on what I really wanted." Because see, for him, he was still getting all these offers for regular types of
right,
employment, but that's not what he wanted to do.
right. So let me ask you this: so,
Yeah.
for those that are looking to get an executive coach, how can they reach out to you?
Yes, absolutely. To reach me I would love to work with any and all of you as an executive coach, as a mentor. You can reach me at drjanetspeaks.com. That's DRJANET speaks.com, or go to my website www.projectpartnersconsulting.com, or you can reach me on LinkedIn, JL Jones.
Awesome. Thank you for stopping by. I look
Of
forward to
course.
seeing you again at the tour.
Thank you so much for
All
this
right.
opportunity.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And this is Dr. Marcia. To learn more about taking the stage, go to leadershipexperiencetour.com.